Listen to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. If it's Friday morning, your business matters. This is the #1 talk business show in all of North Carolina. We have well over 775 small business and community leaders that we have interviewed over the last 10 years. And you can go to Facebook and also YouTube and see all of those videos. And today is no exception. My co-host for the day is Harm. Harm is the founder and owner of Core 4 Business Coaching, and he has brought us a sharp, intelligent businesswoman. You know, Harm, it's not often that doctors walk in the door here. You understand that, don't you?
I do.
You have brought us somebody I'm not sure the show is going to be able to keep up with.
But okay, once in a while, it's not bad to have someone around.
Would you like to introduce her?
Okay, this is Nicole Eastman. Nicole is started and running their own pharmacy compoundry, you call it?
Compounding pharmacy.
Compounding
yes.
pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
She started about 3/4 of a year ago.
Yep.
And
correct.
she built really a nice facility in Cornelius, starting to do better, every day better.
Yes.
And I think she is a nice example of a small business owner doing the right things.
So let me introduce her correctly.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me introduce you to Dr. Nicole Eastman, Rose Pharmacy. Nicole, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We have been picking on Nicole all morning. Yeah. She doesn't deserve the picking that we have given her.
I agree with that.
So, Nicole, this is a business show. Please tell us about Rose Pharmacy and exactly what it is all about.
So, Rose Pharmacy and Boutique Apothecary,
Whoa. What's that?
Yes.
Apothecary?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, Apothecary.
Apothecary.
Yes.
Should I know what that means?
Well, you know what? Long time ago, when someone would say, I need to go and get medicine, they would say, I need to go to my apothecary. Apothecary actually means pharmacist. So that is where...
If you tell me that's in Dutch, I'm not going to believe
Yes. How do you say that in Dutch, Harm?
Apotheek. We are going to the apotheek. It's almost the same.
Yes.
A little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying that, but we don't know whether he's right.
So Rose Pharmacy and Boutique Apothecary. I really started, that business because I knew that there was a need for something very different. With people's experiences going into pharmacies. And it's funny, Harm and I have gone through, trying to figure out what's our strategy our market dominating position.
Right.
And, I had all these ideas in my head around, this is what I want to offer. This is what I do offer. And I offer many things, but it's so difficult to really get that across to folks without getting lost in the shuffle. So...
Well, the way Harm described it before you got here was that you make the drugs in-house.
Absolutely, yes. So I compound. And so compounding is basically, we are the MacGyvers of medicine, and that's the best way to describe us. Essentially, we take something and we make it into something else. We could change formulations. We can remove dyes that may be sensitivities for people. We make things more palatable. We help to improve compliance through dosage forms, and we also make things that are specific and unique to you.
So I come in and I tell you I've been taking the purple pill because I gained all my weight back. You understand? So now I used to be thin.
Yeah, I see that.
We didn't notice that.
I used to be thin and handsome.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I'm fat and happy again, right? And so now I got to start taking the purple pill.
Yeah.
Harm, I did not say blue pill. I said purple pill.
I know, but I was thinking more about the bike. That was the reason you got the bike.
I could come in and you could make something for me that would serve that same purpose.
Pursuant to a prescription from your physician, yes. And so it could be something that is not available in the marketplace, a dose that you need that's not available in the marketplace. And remember, compounding is specialized medicine. It is unique. You're not going to have 10 of those sitting on a shelf. We make it specifically for you in the dosage form that you need, missing all those things.
So if I can get the purple pill, there's no reason for me to have you make something. Am I understanding you correctly?
If you can get the purple pill in a dose that's appropriate for you, that's fine. But if there's a dose that's not appropriate, it's not available, then you could come to me.
Got it.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
Interesting.
Absolutely.
there's
yeah.
still hope.
I can't believe you forgot to say doctor in front of this woman. I really can't believe
I'm
that.
sorry for that.
So walk me through, Dr. Nicole Eastman. You didn't wake up on a Tuesday and say, I want to make drugs, or did you? Give me your background.
So I started my career in pharmacy as a pharmacist with Rite Aid Pharmacy. And I was a retail pharmacist for some time. I had great mentors and was given more responsibility, continued to take on more positions of increased responsibility, and, became a district manager, pharmacy district manager, regional vice president. And then we were purchased by Walgreens, and I went over to Walgreens and was a district manager for Walgreens. And at that point, I decided that I was going to go back to my roots. And I mean that I wanted to create an environment that I could control, offer something that's very unique to folks, and give people what they're really looking for. I mean, when you think about it, are people ready to really be free from like the tedium, the unresponsiveness, the mediocre experiences that you get in pharmacies? Unfortunately, that's why Rose Pharmacy was created. We want to make it a lovely lifestyle
I can get
experience.
the purple pill from you if I
Yes.
want it.
Yes, you can.
Or I can come in and say, hey, my doctor and I have talked about it, and this isn't working. I need something.
Correct, absolutely. And taking this a step further, with compounding, if there is something that needs to be formulated for you that has multiple medications in it to make it more compliant for you. Like, you don't want to take 4 medications. If we could combine
like my
something
mama
for
got
you,
that little plastic thing.
you
could make a
we could
pill.
do something that has multiple things in it, right, to make it easier.
So you don't
there
have to
you go.
count anymore.
You don't
Exactly.
exactly.
Yes. That is an excellent idea.
Absolutely. And then to go further with that, a lot of people who come to me, they are looking for alternatives as well. So getting away from Western medicine and looking for alternatives, more natural alternatives to treat or to prevent disease. And so I offer that as well as a.
See, because you threw me for a loop when you said the doctor has to give you a prescription, because I didn't think compounding required the doctor's prescription. In some cases, it does. But if I were to just come talk with you, you might be able to provide something for me that doesn't need a doctor. Is that possible?
Yes, and that would be something that is what we would consider over the counter. So anything that is a drug is going to be pursuant to a prescription.
Got it.
Anything else on the other side we would consider over the counter, and that would.
And
be
I
those sort of
wouldn't know
things.
that myself, right?
Right,
Coming
you
to
would.
see.
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
You wouldn't know it, but that's where I would educate you.
Right. That's when a doctor comes in.
Yeah, that's where I educate.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yes.
So what does your I would say your average profile customer look like? Who is it that you want to communicate with, and you think you can do a better job for them than the Walgreens of the world?
That educated. Well, when I say educated individual, I mean a person who is really interested in taking control of the way that they consume healthcare. Those people who are looking for alternatives to the traditional.
So when you say alternative, do you mean the holistic, or what I've term is
exactly more holistic approach to their healthcare, to preventative treatments? Those folks who are really wanting to see these are options that are not something that is going to be talked about. To me in my doctor's office, right?
Okay. Now you got a whole bunch of stuff sitting over there.
I know. I got some props.
Pull up a couple of them. Pull up a couple.
So here we go. So when we talk about compounding, this is a lollipop. So I can make this lollipop if you have a prescription for a medication that you don't want to take by swallow, or I could make
my
it
heartburn where I could just be sucking on that lollipop.
Exactly.
What you laughing, Harm? That's an excellent idea.
Or you think about children as
you don't
well.
want to know what
think
I
about
thought.
children, how difficult it is to get children to take things, right? So we need to make things more palatable and sometimes more fun, right? So we can do a lollipop, right? If, say, for instance, you are taking something by mouth, we could turn it into a cream that you just put on your wrist.
Really?
Yes. If there is something that you would rather, if you need a long-standing something in your mouth that gives you the best absorption, we could do something we call a troche. And it basically is a little lozenge that we just give you. You stick under your tongue and keep it moving. So yeah.
So I'm thinking my wife's got some medicine she takes, and there's one of them she dreads because it gives her a side effect of some sort.
Absolutely.
She could come to you, talk to you, and you might be able to come up with something that might work.
Absolutely. Yes.
See, Harm, I'm getting this.
He gets it, Harm.
You get it.
I've been wondering.
Okay.
I've been wondering. He gets it. Like, he totally gets it.
Let's leave right there. Let's take a break. That's perfect. That is perfect. You are listening to Dr. Nicole Eastman of Rose Pharmacy. She gets. I stopped you in midstream. You were getting ready to show me some other things that you do. Show me some of that other stuff.
Yes. So
I'm still stuck on the lollipop.
I know. The lollipop is always so interesting. Yes. So I have, in my pharmacy, again, we have that over-the-counter portion that is geared more towards the holistic health. And so supplements and vitamins is a huge thing. So my own brand of vitamins and supplements that I offer for a variety of preventative measures, right? I have teas, adaptogenic teas, health and wellness teas that are beautiful in their presentation and also very, very, very effective for different things that people experience, whether it be insomnia
Do I have to pay you for your time in advance? Because I can see just talking to you is very valuable. It's going to cost me $200 to go talk to the doctor. Can I just walk in and talk to you, or you're gonna charge me for the time as well?
That's a very good question. I'm an educator. Pharmacists are typically educators by nature. Okay, if there is something specific. Yes, I do set up appointments for things that are specific, like medication therapy management, where I'm looking through all the medicines that you're taking, looking for duplicates, looking for holes, things like that.
Because I can see that could be very time-consuming.
That is a very time-consuming process, and that, of course, there is a charge with that. But when we're talking about specifically when you're walking in and something that you cannot get at Walgreens and CVS, this interaction with your pharmacist and being able to be educated on these are things that you should be doing. These are things that everyone should be doing today. You're not going to have that at Walgreens.
Okay, so here's what's going through my mind.
Yes.
I'm going to get some free advice here.
Yes.
Harm. So you just stay out of this, Harm.
I will
I've been taking a appetite suppressant or some kind of pill.
Okay.
That's how I lost all my weight.
Yes, I see it. I see your waist.
It gave me energy, right, to get back on the bike.
Yes.
I stopped taking it because it kept making me anxious. Like, I didn't want to feel that way every day, right?
Absolutely.
So could I come to you, show you the pill, and say, hey, listen, can you make me something like this? Because without it, I'm going to eat the pizza. You understand?
Yes.
So I can come to you and say, this is working for me, but can you take the edge off because it just makes me feel anxious?
We could definitely.
I'm trying to understand.
Remember, I'm
am I in your lane? Right?
I'm MacGyver. Remember that.
Gotcha.
So
you could do it.
Dr.
The possibilities are endless.
Joe, I got this.
And we could we could look at something that is not prescription. There are many things, natural things, that can absolutely assist with that same issue that I have currly in stock. That would help you, yes.
Okay. So let's walk through some of the common things people come to you for the first time. Let's just kind of, what does that look like?
So people come to me typically because they're having trouble sleeping, they're having issues with whether or not it be ingestion, hair loss, anti-aging, wrinkles, you name it.
Wrinkles?
Yes.
Hair
wrinkles.
loss.
Yes.
She's not going to help you with the hair loss. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's not going to happen.
I know. I have to live with it.
But, and many women, around 40-so-ish start to go through the hormonal changes. That's a very big conversation as well. And so if they're walking through the door and they're like, listen, this is what I'm going through. Tell me, kind of explain to me in a way that makes sense what my options are, what we can do. And that's where the conversations typically begin. The education, arming people with information that's going to help them. And also then looking at options, alternatives to just your traditional mainstream.
Right. Let's talk just a little bit of business. What advice would you give somebody thinking about starting a business? Because that's what you did here, right? I mean, you just
Yes.
woke up one day and say, let's do it, right? Talk about that. I mean, it's no small task because this is a long road to competing with some of the largest corporations in the world. You know that's what you're doing, don't you?
Yes. Well, let me tell you this. So I read a book called Blue Ocean Strategy, and that was my kicker to start my business because I knew that I would never be able to compete with the big box stores.
Right.
So what you do is you create a niche where you create your own area, so you're not competing. You create a need, you create a solution, and you don't have to compete with the big box stores. Now, I'll say for people who are interested in starting businesses, I think, what we've already talked about, you have to have a very clear plan, getting advice, having those right people in your corner to give you ideas, advice, things to watch out for. You've got to be knowledgeable, know what you are getting yourself into, ask questions, be exposed, and starting a business is not for the faint of heart. We know this.
Yeah.
So, get used to
especially
grit.
in your case because I know what you're up against, right? I mean, it is.
Yes.
And what I mean is there's just this branding. I have to convince my wife that Nicole really knows what she's talking about. That's not an easy convincing
Yes,
because they
right.
think Walgreens has got it figured out. You
Oh,
understand?
yes, and that is not the case. that is far from
I've
the
seen the
case.
12-year-olds behind the counter. I've wondered.
That's right. But you coming into Rose Pharmacy, you're gonna have an experience like no other. There is not a pharmacy that you will ever walk into that looks like this, that gives you the options that you have, and you have absolute access to me. That's not going to happen when you walk into any of those other places. Not gonna happen.
Absolute access to Dr. Nicole Eastman of Rose Pharmacy. Doc, I cannot thank you enough for being here.
Thank you guys.
I will be visiting you, and I will
Please
be
do.
bringing
And
my
I'm
wife.
I'm going to help you with that waistline.
There you go.
And harming your hair loss.
Okay, we talk about that later.
That
No
ain't going to
problem.
happen. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Harm, thank you so much, my friend, for being here. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for
bringing
being
us
here.
such an exceptional guest, Dr. Nicole Eastman of Rose Pharmacy. We really do appreciate it. Where is the location?
It is in Cornelius, on the corner of 1 Norman and Jeton.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If it's Friday morning, your business matters.